Hey guys, I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's hot and humid right now, so it's different to go across the entire country to see it go from so hilly and mountainous to the plains of Kansas and now Oklahoma. But I decided to make this video because this video can help other parents that could be going through something with their child out here. You know, typically I'll make up a name like Tiff Kashi or whatever. I don't put the real YouTube name on here. But since she said it from her real YouTube account, her name is in the title, Tiffany Marie, the one who said that she advocates for children. She purposely went at my teenage daughter and made a comment on a community post saying that at least I didn't abandon my child when she's going through a mental health crisis, and cutting herself or slit her wrist. She said something like that. And this is illegal for her to put information out like that about your child. So I will be pursuing that. But I just want to put this out here just to help other people, man. Like, my oldest daughter, her mom is not my ex-wife. So when I met my ex-wife, I had a little baby girl I had full custody of. I had full custody of my daughter for 15 years of her life. I raised her, she was with me. So I got married and we had 3 other kids. Every tiny detail mattered to me with being a father and knowing that she was gonna be in a household where she's not with her biological mother. So every little detail, I'll give you an example. So there's 4 rooms on the main floor, the master bedroom being at the end. I wanted my oldest daughter room to be right next to the master's bedroom. So if we start having other children, which we did, they would be on the opposite end. So my daughter would be physically surrounded by love on all sides. She's in the middle. She never feel like, you know, my dad got this new family and I'm by myself. Every tiny detail mattered to me. I paid painstaking attention to give my daughter love and let her know she appreciated. But the issue with my daughter, and a lot of kids gonna go through this, is when I got divorced. If I had her for 15 years, this is the only house she's ever known in her life. She only lived at our house, and she knows if my daddy gets divorced from his stepmom, from my stepmom, I'm gonna have to leave this house. The only life she's ever known. Her biological mother was not in the picture. She may pick her up 4 times a year, very inconsistent. The only mom she knew was my wife, her stepmom. So I want you to imagine you're my daughter, and you see your dad and his and your stepmom separated, living on different floors. I want you to imagine the fear that will put inside of a child that I don't know what's going to happen. And she'd always ask about my life, what's going to happen. And this is one of the things I say when I go and advocate for other true crime cases. You guys never know what somebody is going through on the inside. So to me, to make my daughter feel special, she coming with me when I move away. This way, she's going to be the only child with me, and she'll have her first car. I already had the car set up for her, everything. She had never been to an airport before, so I would take videos when I would fly out there, and I would walk through the whole airport, and I would be training her, and she used to love the video. She was excited about leaving. I called her biological mother, and when I called her biological mother, in March, remember I left at the end of September of 2020. I called her in March and we had a long conversation, and her biological mother agreed that it's best that my daughter go with me when I move over to California. Everything perfect. I told her biological mother I'll pay for the airplane tickets, so you ain't got to worry about no pay on that. I'll take care of everything. 1 week before I scheduled to move out of the state of Georgia, her biological mother, who was not in her life, who we had a great conversation in March, says she's not coming with you. she's living with me. She realized in the state of Georgia, even if you have full custody, like I have full custody of my daughter, you still got to go back to court. You can't just take your child out of state. So she knew, if I'm already scheduled to leave, already got a job, new career starting to actually take care of my children, she knew that there is no way possible John would be able to stay and try to take me to court. So this is my one chance to get my daughter back from John, since he had her for 15 years. Then you can do. And this is when I went live on my John Crimes channel. You guys remember last September when I was live, I was at the dog park and I was sad and broken. And I told you guys this story of how she used the state of Georgia to get custody of our child. So you already knew from last year that I was broken as my daughter was ripped from me as she was supposed to come to California. So for this evil YouTuber to try to lie and say that I abandoned my child is only telling of how, when I tell you that this is an evil person, this is actual proof that this is an evil person. Because no matter how much you dislike me, why would you go out there and try to put my daughter's information out there? And for all you who have children who going through something mental or life-changing event like that, I didn't see any marks on my daughter, so I wasn't trying to press. I didn't know how to handle the situation, so I asked her. And she admitted that she never cut herself. She wanted attention. But even though she never did it, it's still serious. It's serious for a child to be going through that amount of mental stress and worried about what's going to happen to their life, that it doesn't matter if she did it or not. I'm a man who had custody for 15 years of his child. Her biological mother gets her, and my child has been ripped from my entire family. My sister, her little brothers and sister who she lived with her whole life. All of that stuff that she still goes through in a new world with her mom who never raised her, never was around. And imagine you're my daughter who has done nothing to Tiffany, and this YouTuber is putting her business out there when she's at an age to be on social media by herself, doing her own thing, figuring out her own life. Imagine a YouTuber putting that out while she's going through this and then saying that they're an advocate for children. Because here's the hypocrisy of Tiffany. Tiffany says she hates the Wells family, but even though she doesn't like the Wells family, it's about Summer Wells, the child. Well, even if you hate me, if it's still about the child, why would you do that to my daughter? I keep telling y'all, the more they talk, they tell on themselves. Her excuse for doing this is because I said when she got arrested at Dunkin' Donuts, she got arrested in front of her son. I didn't reveal any personal information about her son. I didn't say anything about his brain, looks, nothing. I mentioned that she, for her own action, was arrested by her son. Now, Tiffany Marie lied on me and said that I abandoned my child when my child was ripped away from me. And she knew she was lying. Well, guys, I'm telling the God honest truth. Tiffany Marie was snatched out of a car window for not listening to the police officer's orders. She had ample amount of time. And when I mean ample amount of time, I mean like 20 minutes. She refused to listen to the police officer's orders, so they snatched her out of the window because she threw a coffee cup on workers at Dunkin' Donuts because they didn't mix her ingredients right and they didn't give her a straw. Do you hear how detailed I am when I'm telling you these things? The difference between me and her, as you guys see, she just lied on me, is that I'm going to show you guys the actual truth that she was snatched out of a car for something so minor. Inside of the Dunkin' Donuts, you were a Karen. And then you get in the car, and now all of a sudden, you're going through the same thing that black Americans go through. And then what y'all say? They should have followed the police orders. They should have followed the police orders. You should have got out of the car and listened to the cops' orders. Not only did you not listen to the cops' orders, but you actually think it's funny. You think it's funny. You didn't learn anything from what happened in front of your child. That's the difference. And I'm going to see you guys soon. That's all I'm going to say on that for right now. But if your child is going through any kind of stress, do everything you got to do to help out. Because my daughter's biological mother refused to follow the state of Georgia's rules. She don't return calls, texts. She tried to run away from my daughter's entire life, run away from me, run away to family. I'm in my car right now making this video as I drive to my child. And now that I'm in Georgia, all the stuff she done did these past 10 months to keep my daughter away from her family, she's going to have to answer for this stuff and every piece of evidence that I kept in front of a judge. So you do whatever you got to do to protect your child. And Tiffany about to learn the hard way when I say that. I'll see you guys soon.